Hey. Hey, y'all.
What up?
Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the All About the Tea channel. I'm your girl, Monica, along with my fabulous co-host, the beautiful Monique Kelly.
Hey.
The man with the master plan that gets the party started, DJ Richie Sky.
Hey.
And Amir will be with us, but he's running a little late, but he should be here shortly. And John takes Mondays off.
I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at him
Every
either.
Monday's a Labor Day for him.
Every Monday, honey. He's celebrating it every Monday. Oh, here's Amir.
Amir, my baby.
Hi, sweetheart. Sorry I'm late.
Hola, papito.
Hola.
I'm liking your beard. Is it fuller today?
It's very full. I got a shave. Yeah, it's coming in.
Look at my
You look great.
babies. Y'all
I
look
know. He looks so good. He looks so good.
Thank you. Oh my God, you guys are thank you.
And you and DJ Richie Sky are matching the hats, the glasses.
I know.
Did y'all coordinate this?
We did.
Wendy.
Wendy. I love her.
So today we are recapping the Real Housewives of Potomac, and Michael Darby cheating exploits are put on blast once again.
Yeah.
And the countdown to Candiace's ass whooping begins. Pretty much. Pretty much.
A website called All About the Tea.
She told All About the Tea that during the fight,
You guys keep catching me checking my phone.
Monique, what's your skincare regimen? You are glowing. You look amazing.
Well, thank you. I'm currently on week 2 of no alcohol. So fresh cranberry juice and water.
Oh, okay. Okay. I need to try that for a month to see how it works out for me.
It's a good thing. I miss my wine though. I can't wait to have a glass at the end of the month though.
Well, you deserve to treat yourself if you've been a good girl. You behave yourself.
Exactly.
So this episode,
That wine's gonna taste good, honey. That wine.
Honey, I can't wait to be jacked up after one sip.
that sugar, you really taste the sugar when you detox for a while and you go back to having sugar again. You enjoy it so much. All right, y'all. So this episode picks back up at that crab boil dinner. And Ashley's asked about Michael, and she says that he closed a huge deal last night. Ha 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 ha. Right? Giselle and Candiace are shooting darts at each other, and they decide that they're going to tell Ashley privately. Right? You know, Giselle says that she's learning to be a good friend, so she's going to tell her privately, but just in front of millions of viewers. Shady. Well, she's trying.
I never thought of that, Monica. I thought she was being so nice, but you're right.
Amir always sees good in everyone.
You always want to see everyone, Amir. And maybe she is being good. Who knows? I mean,
I know.
This is Giselle we're talking about. So the ladies head back to the lake house, and Candiace claims she's so tortured inside in anticipation of this discussion with Ashley. You know, it's tearing her up. And the other ladies, convene outside for a bonfire while Candiace, Giselle convene inside, and they're waiting on Ashley, and Ashley's taking care of the baby, and she's taking some time. So Monique is going in and out. And they make it seem like she's kind of harassing them in a way, interrupting their little thing. And they're like, go outside. But actually it's all editing, right? And there's a huge time lapse that happens. And you have half the group outside and half the group inside. And that's why you see Monique coming in a few times. So now, needless to say, we get to the point where Ashley joins Candiace and Giselle. They sit down and they tell her about the text messages, and Candiace shows it to her and the strippers and that kind of thing. And Ashley's like, okay, she kind of doesn't, she's not shocked by it, right? What are your thoughts? Were you surprised that Ashley wasn't shocked?
I was not surprised. She was not shocked.
Not in the slightest little bit. And I just felt like even if you were a casual viewer and you had never seen the show before, it felt odd that she wasn't more shocked, right?
Yes.
It's almost as if she knew, she had a heads up about it, or she's just used to the shit.
I think it's a mixture of both, Monica.
It is.
Maybe.
And you don't want to show her ass to Candiace. You know?
Yes, I think Amir, I think that's what it is. Yeah, she didn't want to give Giselle and Candiace a moment. She's been down this road before, so she's like, you know what? Yeah, okay. It's like when your child does something bad in school and the teacher's going on, and you're like, okay, yeah, my child wouldn't do that. And when you get home, you tear their ass up. Why'd you do it? I know you did it. You know, that kind of thing. You know.
I just have a question.
Yep.
Oh, shucks.
Oh, shucks.
Here we go.
Did nobody else find it odd that she wasn't the least bit annoyed with Candiace and Giselle for making this a storyline? Because here's the thing. Let's say I got some tea on you, Monique, right? Let's say I get it while I'm typing this message, like while we're doing this live. The last thing I'm gonna do is, while we're on the live, read the tea that I just got about Monique Kelly while we're on this live, unless I want to make it into something. So Monique, wouldn't you want to curse me out for bringing this up while we were doing this live and not telling you about it later?
Yep, I would be like, well, why did you tell them first instead of coming to me directly? Hello?
Or telling me via text, sending it via text message. I never would have said it on camera.
Yep.
Okay. If I'm trying to make amends with you, if I'm trying to get back cool with you, I would never bring this up on camera.
Absolutely. Because you have some darn class.
Well, you're not Giselle and Candiace, which to me are very messy girls. And maybe Ashley's aware of this and just played their game, but because they were trying to embarrass her. They were trying to, neither one of them have a storyline. Let's keep it real. What's Giselle's storyline? Jamal, who never shows up for anything. And Candiace, what's her storyline?
Right.
Hello.
Yeah.
And you knew Candiace was not coming from a good place when she went to Giselle in the first place.
Right.
Of all people. That's
exactly.
Honestly, it felt like when she got that text message, it almost felt like, there goes our storyline.
Yeah. Right. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well,
and they
thought it diffused it so much.
Yeah. And I think in their minds, they thought it was going to be something larger than life. And Ashley was going to like break down and cry or something. And she just didn't give it. She gave the girls nothing. She's like, okay, yeah.
I did like that part. I love she was just like, okay, I will talk to him.
Okay. She's like, I will talk to him and I'll get back to you and let's go enjoy the s'mores. I was like, this is so nice and so diffused. And I think, the reason that Giselle and Candiace were getting so annoyed at Monique was because they thought it was going to be a big blowout. And when it wasn't, it was like so diffused. It was great.
Yep.
Good job, Ashley.
And then let me tell you something. You're not gonna tell me to leave my own house.
That's what I was Ricky, get on my head. That's exactly what I was
That's what you're not gonna do. You're not gonna tell me to do that ever.
I know. It made no sense. Go outside. Just go outside. In what reality does that ever happen? Seriously.
He was in my head because my thing is, you already know Robin knew what was going on, or else she would have been coming inside too, because she can't function without Giselle next to her. And then on top of it, you're going to tell someone to get out of their own house?
And have an attitude when she's like, guys, like, what's going on? She was just asking what's going on. And they had such an attitude about it. These girls are just too much for me. Yeah. They were going to make it a storyline. And Ashley didn't give them anything. She's like, okay.
Nope. She's like, see ya. And how could they have been nicer to Monique? Do you think they should have just been like, you know what, Monique, we're talking to Ashley about Michael. Why don't you join us? But let's not tell the other ladies. Maybe that would have been.
Because they know Ashley and not Monique. Yeah, Ashley and Monique, they're actually close. They're cool. So if anything, they should have had, if anything, Candiace should have went to directly to Ashley. If not, she should have went to Monique, although they're beefing, and then they could have had that conversation together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think it was Giselle maybe that was like, it was Giselle that was like, don't come in. It wasn't even Candiace. I don't know why Giselle was, I thought they were friends again. It was just,
they could have just told the truth. Hey, we're having a really sensitive conversation right now. We just want to talk to her just real quick alone and not make it a big deal. And then we'll be right out. Boom. Problem solved.
I thought they said that, Richie. They said that once. Didn't they say it once? And then Monique kept
they lied.
coming in.
They lied.
Oh, okay.
They said that they were planning a surprise for Monique.
And told her to leave. They actually said, girl, leave. They told her to leave.
Yeah.
Camille raises a point here. She goes, nah, Monique was being weird. I don't see why she was so pressed for them to be outside, especially since she doesn't like any of them. Well, Camille, she was so pressed because she had put together this weekend, spent a lot of money of her own money to put it together. They actually had a session planned outside at the bonfire. It was called Let It Burn. Where they were this is some side tea where they were supposed to be out there, everybody putting their issues on the table and pretty much just letting it burn, I guess ripping it up and throwing it in the fire and letting go of it.
Nice.
That was planned. Producers knew about that. Why take this weekend, this girls trip weekend, and do this, try to ruin it, essentially, I guess, right? They kind of ruined it. And say, okay, you want to deliver this news to Ashley during this weekend. Couldn't they have wait until the weekend was over?
Right.
Considering you're in someone's home, she did all this planning for you to be there. And then you're not on top of it, you're being inconsiderate and telling her to get out of her own kitchen. They just did too much.
I agree.
They did too much. This is the producers, though. We talked about Bravo kind of like, how I was talking about how Bravo's overproducing? This is the overproduction. The producers knew about the bonfire, let it burn, and then they came to Candiace and Giselle and they were like, you have to do it now. Exclude Monique. It's too produced.
Yes.
They're not that smart.
Right.
They're not that smart.
Right. Yep. And seeing, it would agitate anyone, right? And she's getting increasingly agitated. It's her home. This weekend was planned to make that bonfire is a lot of work. It's not easy to make a bonfire. It's like a skill almost, right? She finally has the bonfire made, everything's set in motion, and here these three are diverting from the plan. I would be agitated too.
Two of the three are people that don't gel with you, that don't have your back. I'll be paranoid they'd be going through my drawers.
Good point, Monique. Good point. Right?
Seriously. I'm so petty.
But I do. But it's true. When you don't trust people, you don't trust people. They're gonna. You don't know. Candiace gonna take out some Xanax and be like at the reunion, like this was in Monique's drugstore. And I don't trust her.
Amir
I don't trust her.
So the bonfire is happening outside, and there is conversation that goes on amongst the ladies, Wendy, Karen, and Monique, but we don't get to see it. We're not privy to it. I heard it was a robust dialogue. They spoke about various topics, and but we didn't get to see any of it, right?
That would have been probably more entertaining too.
Yep.
That'll be at the reunion. I bet you. That's going to be a flashback at the reunion. Mark my words.
Yeah, Amir, you already know.
Someone said in the comment section, I can't find that comment now, that we have an aversion to Candiace.
We do. I absolutely have an aversion to Candiace. I'm not going to fun. Yeah.
You're not going to sugarcoat it, right?
No. You're absolutely.
Nope.
High five.
She's a nap.
I'm with you.
She's a nap.
Yes. Team Monique. So sorry if you don't like it. Sorry.
Hey, man.
Okay.
Listen, I naively thought that she got better, but after talking to you guys, I fell for the whole, oh my God, I feel so bad. Like that was such a charade. Now I see it. But when I was watching, I thought, wow, Candiace is making a good turn. And I kind of thought, oh, Monique's being annoying. But now that we talked about it, I'm definitely back to Team Monique.
Yes.
Yep. And Candiace plays a good game. Last night she played it so well, and then she had the help of the editors who were clearly on her side.
What was that all about? What was that?
Yeah, exactly. So while the others retire for the evening, everyone's tired. Karen, Robin, and Monique, and Candiace, and Wendy all partake in fireball shots in the basement. And the Grand Dame gets wasted.
Don't you love watching housewives get drunk? Didn't I say this 2 weeks ago? That makes good TV.
It does.
It's good TV.
Especially for Karen, because we never really see her tipsy
she
like
was
that.
pulling a Sonia. She was slurring. She was like Sonia. Full on Sonia. Great.
It was so much fun to watch. I laughed so hard. And she has one too many shots, and she spills some tea about her marital issues, right? Karen tells the ladies that she put half of her money, but she said, I put half my money behind him to save him after his tax issues. We know it's the liquor talking, and I guess she just needed to get some things off her chest, right? I was kind of surprised that Karen made that much money to save Ray. I was like, dang, girl, them RHOP checks are serious, right?
They're good. They're good. Karen's been there from day one.
Drinking Fireball.
Fireball, horrible. I know.
And
Fireball.
9 of them. Did she have 9 shots? Are they joking? That was a joke, right? 9 shots? What did
she was down on them shots.
She could hold her liquor. But I will say this, like, I can appreciate her honesty, even though it was a drunken moment. And maybe I'm a helpless romantic or hopeless, helpless, both.
I was like, you're helpless and romantic?
I'm both of you are both. But, when you've been married someone that long and they're in trouble, that's what you do. I mean, that's called.
That's what I'm doing it too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously.
Mm-hmm.
But he better stop showing his ass. I know that much.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You better say that and not appreciating her. And almost, it's like, it's weird because you would think Karen would resent Ray for rescuing him, but it seems like Ray resents her for rescuing him.
Right?
It doesn't make sense.
And is it just me, but has Ray just aged by like 20 years or something since last season? He just seems a little
he was always old. He was always old.
He did seem like he was moving a little slower.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
from last season anyway.
Okay.
I didn't really look at him as old last season or the seasons prior, but this season.
You know why, Monica? I know why. Because he was loving with Karen, and I think the way when him and Karen are loving and they're kissing, he looks younger because he's like hugging her. He's there for her. They look young together.
You're right.
Oh, that's a good observation, Amir.
Yeah, you're right. And Karen looks fabulous. I don't know what she's doing. It seems like she's aging backwards and he's sped up his aging. I don't know what's going on. And like you said, you made a good point, Amir. When he's loving and he's fun and everything, I didn't see the age. I honestly, they were like one of my favorite couples before this season. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Richie? You seem to have some things swirling around in that head.
I know he probably knows some tea too.
Mm-hmm. Spill it, baby.
I just feel like, it's probably difficult for Ray, being probably the breadwinner, I think at one point to now kind of being the person who is taking a back seat in the relationship. Because, now at this point in time, it's like Karen's career and her life is taking off. You know what I'm saying? So she's getting these opportunities to, do this fragrance, to be on the show. She's getting glam. She's traveling. She's in demand. And so that's probably a little bit hard on him as a man. You know what I'm saying? To have been the one in that position for so long, and now it's her.
You're right. Yeah, you make a good point. Monique, you're the relationship expert. Give us your diagnosis.
You hit the nail on the head, Richie, because a lot of times men cannot handle that. But here's the difference. With a lot of housewives, when they start making more money when they're with their men, they have a tendency to emasculate them, throw it in their face. Whereas Karen does not seem to be doing that. Like she's holding on to this marriage. So it's just kind of like, come on, Ray, like let's pull it together. You are not going to find another Karen.
You're right. Richie made an excellent point. It is his insecurities rearing their ugly heads, and he can't handle Karen now being the provider, and the more successful one in the marriage. And it's tough. Every marriage goes through their woes and stuff. But guys, we forgot to address Ashley sniffing the drawers. Let's get to it.
That's right. How do we forget that part? Oh!
OMG. Like, really? She's sniffing dirty drawers? I don't want to smell Michael's drawers. I can't even imagine what they smell like.
I was the thought of that.
With Doocy and all kinds of shit going on up in. I can't. I just can't.
It would have been one thing if she said, I love him so much, I love his dirty drawers. But she didn't say that. What she said was sniffing his drawers because I need to find out if somebody else been up in there. So she's trying to smell somebody else's coochie juice, whether or not to find out whether or not they was up. We got the proof, girl. The receipts are out there. You don't need to sniff the drawers. We got the video footage.
Ooh, child. I don't want to.
No, we have evidence. And then she retracted it and said, "I'm like a bloodhound smelling perfume." I was like, "Girl, is it the draw or is it perfume?" It's very different. Very different.
Yeah. Hey guys, we got a super chat that I want to acknowledge. Sharatira, very nice name. Thank you so much for the $4.99. She says Monique needs to stay away from T'Challa. She's acting like a wild T'Challa attacking Wendy. Girl needs a break and a human interaction. Okay.
Oh, I like the bird.
I do too.
Monique is a little, I love me some Monique, but she is a little attached to that bird. I mean, it's starting to look a little, like interesting. Just saying.
T'Challa's her
a bit of a
emotional
midlife
support.
crisis.
Yeah.
But nobody said that about Lisa Vanderpump and the dogs.
Oh, I did. That was
Good point.
Licking the dogs in the mouth.
Good point. Good point.
Remember that time when the dog was drinking out of Adrian Malouf's expensive glasses at the dinner?
Oh yeah, that pissed Adrian off. It would piss me off too.
Oh my God, I gotta go back and watch that season now.
Yes.
Have y'all ever seen Jill Zarin's dog that licks in her nose, all up in her nostrils? You ever seen that?
Girl, that's right.
All the way up in her nostrils for like minutes too, like 5 minutes straight.
Listen, love your dog, but don't let it lick your ice cream.
Yes.
Yeah. That's like Charlemagne. Charlemagne the God recently came out and said he let a dog lick his balls one time. I said, child, stop it. Stop it. Yeah.
Why are you admitting that, girl?
I know. He claimed he was drunk, but you couldn't have been that drunk because you knew exactly what happened.
And you remembered it.
He sure did.
That was TMI for him.
I know. Like, why'd you do? Just when you get way too comfortable in your celebrity and you slip up, and now it's come back to bite him in the ass, pretty much. Yeah.
Or look him in the balls.
Hey guys, let's check on our folks. Let's do the roll call.
Oh, you know we live, right?
Roll call.
Let's go.
It's the roll call. It's the roll call. Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. We wanna hear what you got to say. Who's on live with Richie, Monique, down in Monica today? It's the roll call. Roll call. Tune in and let us know what's up with y'all. We wanna hear what you got to say. Who's on live with Richie, Monique, John, and Monica today? Who on live with us right now? Tap in, drop an emoji if you know you about that action. Gotta go get it, ain't no time for relaxing. My family gotta eat, so I'm bringing all them racks in. She wanna get managed. Say no more, your ex is granted.
All right. We're having a good time.
I love that.
We are having
I love the roll call.
Was that?
It says our names? I missed that.
Yeah, you didn't know that, Amir? All this time you didn't know that? I mean, you're the first name he calls too, right?
Yeah, you are the first Amir.
I know.
Let a bitch live. I know that's right. Okay. Okay, hey, Pop Pennies. Thank you for joining us. George Bodie's on the live. Andrew, Marsha Henry, Jamal. Hey, Jamal. RJ, Heidi Black, LaPortia, E. Love, Larissa, Camille, Amarici, Gina, Lakeisha, Fat Phil. What up, Fat Phil? Dalvin, our moderator. Sweet Cookie in the building. Hey, Sweet Cookie. Red Sox Sarah, Leela, Beach Dreamer, Kimberly, Leanne, Camille, RJ, Tammy, Katie. Welcome all. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you all. Thank you. All right, y'all, let's get back to this episode now. Okay, so can't y'all just feel the tension building between Monique and Candiace in every scene?
Yeah.
Right? It's like the build up to this fight that's coming, and it's like, ooh, it's a powder keg, and you can feel it.
Yeah.
And it's just so sad when you think about it now. Like now that we know all that we know, it's over nothing. It really is. Okay, so a lot of stuff happens after that whole. So it's the next morning, right? And it's the next morning, and we have all the ladies in their bathrobes, and their husbands arrive. And we see Monique having a discussion with Candiace and Ashley about their sidebar conversation the night before. And she's not happy about it. And she pretty much calls them out. And then when she finds out the nature of the conversation, she calls out Candiace for even bringing up marriages, like leave marriages alone. Do y'all agree? Monique, sound off.
I definitely agree. The part that really bothered me about the whole thing is honestly Ashley. Last year, Monique came to her defense with the whole entire situation with Michael, was by her side. I felt like Ashley should have went to Monique afterwards and said, this is what happened. This is what you're talking about, and had a one-on-one conversation with her. So I'm starting to feel some kind of way because if Ashley turns on Monique, I'm going to be pissed. Okay. Mm-hmm. And definitely stop talking about people's marriages. And now that we know what was going on, now we understand why she was so adamant and angry about it. I get it. Because at first, just looking at it, you're like, why is she tripping like that? But it makes total sense.
Yeah. They missed her Let It Burn session, and it was a big thing that she had planned for the weekend. Amir, sound off. What are your thoughts?
Well, I just think it's another example of Ashley just kind of aligning with the wrong people. Like when Giselle and Candiace came to her before, like once the tea was delivered, she should have been like, let's get Monique up here because I want to talk to Monique and I just want to like just clear the air with her because we're in her home and like she let me bring the baby and she's been so gracious. She like defended me against Wendy. Like I should be gracious.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because they were on the third floor and they didn't want to inconvenience Monique from walking up all those stairs. But listen, you better ask her to come up. Like that was not cool. I was not a fan of that.
Mm-hmm. Richie?
I felt the same way that Monique felt because I kind of felt like I'm looking at Ashley with a side eye in this moment because I just felt like you're so busy defending the fact that they told you in private, but they didn't have to even bring this to the camera at all. So, but why aren't you mad about this? This is when I had that epiphany when I was watching the episode. Okay. I'm like, why aren't you mad at them about this? You're gracious that they brought it to you on the camera. Why? Make it make sense.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is that she didn't want to make it a moment and give them anything. So she's playing it off like it's not like it's low key. It's not a big deal. Who knows, though? I agree with you. It was kind of made me side eye Ashley a little bit like, girl, say something, Or
go to Monique and go off with Monique about it. Like, can you believe these bitches did this again?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then Monique mentions, in her talking head confessional, she reminds us that Candiace is so messy. She invited Charisse to her anniversary party, knowing damn well Charisse is trying to destroy Monique's marriage. And it just seems to be a theme with Candiace when it comes to being messy about people's marriages. So it kind of irritated Monique a little bit. But guys, what we didn't see is that Monique didn't even start that conversation. Karen Huger was the one that brought it up.
I said that. Oh my God. I said that earlier.
Karen Huger was the one.
I said it earlier.
Yeah. Oh, did you? Okay. So Karen Huger, I'm speaking to my sources now that they know this show inside and out. Karen Huger was the one who brought up the conversation. And she was the one that called out Giselle about, the whole situation about the sidebar conversation the night before and how rude it was. And Monique was just chiming in to back up Karen, but they edited out all of Karen's talking points and only focused on Monique. So Monique looks like the bad guy. I don't know. The editors have it out for her. I don't know what's going on over there.
What's that all about?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. So
shady.
Richie, thoughts?
When I was when I was talking about this earlier on my live on my channel, I mentioned to people this conversation was started by Karen.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like nobody picked that up. Everybody picked up on the fact that Monique went hard in the paint for it, but they didn't pick up where it started from and how it initially got started that riled everything up.
Why do you think Karen brought it up? What was that all about?
It was disrespectful because she was like,
I think Karen is on a I'm calling Giselle out on everything she does type
that
season.
makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. And trust and believe, before Giselle left to get her literary award, she probably gave Robin instruction on, okay, now make sure you say this, make sure you say this. Robin is disappointing me left and right this season. I am over her and her non-storyline, non-personality, over it.
All the shade that she keeps throwing, subliminal shade. It's like, girl, you offer nothing. Just shut up. Just stop being messy. Okay. I don't like people that offer nothing throwing shade. At least offer something, you know.
Throwing scripted shade given to you by Giselle.
Yeah, I didn't even see Karen start the conversation. Someone told me before the live, they was like, make sure you mention this because this happened. Karen was the one, I didn't even notice it. Karen was the one that started. And if I didn't notice it, probably a lot of other people didn't either. Karen was the one that initiated the conversation. And I heard it went on longer, way longer than what we saw. And then Monique came in on the back end to just back up Karen, but it made it look like Monique was the one that was once again, being agitated over something involving Candiace. They have to paint a picture, right? They have to, paint a picture and make it seem like somebody's the bad guy. The editors
are the editors hating on Monique too? I mean, it's just like all these people hating on this chick for no reason. No reason at all.
I don't know. What are your thoughts, Richie? Why are they hating on Monique like this?
I think that this is just my opinion. I don't really know for a fact, but it almost feels like things are going too good for her, right? In seasons past, things have been going too good for her, and they need to build some drama around characters. And so given that, my sense is that certain people go onto a reality show and they just want to live their lives in front of the camera and have a fun show. Yeah. And my general sense is that that's Monique's personality. That's how she comes across on the show to me. I could be wrong. And I honestly, when I first started critiquing these shows back when I was at AfterBuzz TV, I wasn't even the biggest fan of Monique, but I grew to like her as the seasons went on because I just watched how she moved. That's how I base my opinions on these people. And to me, she just moves with a little bit more character, minus a couple of moments here and there. Nobody's perfect on these shows,
right?
But she seems to learn and move and then learn and move. And so I feel like they need to build something around her and Candiace because they're the two people going at it right now.
Good point.
And I noticed they keep Robin, Candiace, and Giselle keep mentioning how perfect Monique is and that her exterior is cracking. So is it like they don't like the fact that she presents herself in this way? She's a fan favorite. We all know that, right? She's being why are they so concerned about making her look bad and breaking this perfect exterior? What's up with that?
Well, sorry. Go ahead, Richie.
My general sense with that also too is that typically when you do a reality TV show, there's a persona that they attach to you. Monique's persona is perfect, uppity, I own 4 homes, housewife, right? And so as a presentation to the other ladies, that's going to look like, oh, Little Miss Perfect is at it again. Okay. She's not so perfect anymore.
Yes.
That perfect veneer is cracking. So then that can become the narrative that we, the viewers, run with.
Well, what Bravo didn't bet on is the viewers are smart and very perceptive, okay? So you look at a Giselle, okay? I want to like Giselle so bad for obvious reasons. I mean, we went to the same Hampton University. I want to love her. But it's hard because You're hating on a woman because she has the life that you wanted to have. You didn't have it with Jamal. You were married to him. He never adored you the way Chris adores her. Then you dated all these losers and it never went anywhere. So you're hating on that. Robin, you just got your man back, okay? His fine self. And your money, got messed up, understandably so. I'm not hating on that, but you're hating on that. Then you have Candiace, who is hating on her because Candiace is just a miserable person. So that's that misery loves company, and the viewers are seeing it blatantly. That's why Karen don't have nothing to hate on, because Karen's living her best life. Ashley doesn't have anything to hate on because, well, I won't say living her best life, but Ashley's living the life that she's trying to create for herself. They're haters.
Yeah, I agree with you.
There are a lot of facades, right? And Monique's living kind of like that life that they're envying. So a lot of the other ladies are living some sort of facade. Obviously Karen and Ray, we saw that. Like everything's cracking in other relationships.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And I think sometimes jealousy and envy takes over, and you're driven by, I guess, exposing someone, breaking that perfect, like you said, facade, like DJ Richie Sky said, it's too perfect. They don't like it. No one's perfect. Her life can't be that perfect in their mind. So, I get it.
You don't even try to pretend like her life is perfect. I mean, I've never
No, she's so down to earth. She's the realest and more down to earth than anyone on that cast.
Yep.
But I think it goes back to her telling Giselle and clarifying for her, honey, I have 4 houses. That
was great.
It was a sting, right? And Giselle can't get over it. She can't. Hey guys, I just want to shout out Complexion Ken. Thank you so much for the $4.99. He says Sky Squad in the building. Ricky, you so handsome. Let me know if I can jump in the DMs after this live. Boy, leave him alone, okay? I wouldn't have read that. He's practically married. Leave that boy alone.
I saw
happily married too.
I saw a ring, Richie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
See that smile? That glow? Oh, yeah. Complexion Ken is cute too, but boys, stop it. Behave yourself. Okay. So the ladies step outside in the patio, and Monique, Monique versus Candiace again. I'm sorry. About the fire pit and the sidebar conversations from the night before. She wants clarification. She doesn't feel like she was given a proper explanation about it all. Monique, she went all out for the trip. She spent a lot of money. She had events planned. She paid for extra amenities that the production did not pay for. And she tried to make her birthday weekend comfortable for these women. And, they didn't even get her a birthday gift. None of them.
Tacky.
How tacky is that?
I didn't even pick up on that.
They didn't get her a birthday
I
gift.
realized it was her birthday weekend, but I didn't even pay attention to the fact that nobody brought like a little, bottle of wine, nothing.
Nothing.
So true. I didn't even think of that. And if you gonna lie and say you were planning something for her birthday, come up with something real quick to do the next day or that night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You never did anything.
You can have things delivered, right? I would have just, had a edible arrangement or something. Just
right. Or an edible.
Mm-hmm. And then on top of it off, they did not go out of their way to make the birthday special for her at all. They gave her attitude. They were having sidebar conversations. The Let It Burn session got messed up. So it was just a lot. She was stressed out. I'd be stressed out too.
The Let It Burn would have been such a better scene than the one that it was replaced with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That could have been part of the Let It Burn.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Because Ashley gave the girls nothing. We're used to Michael cheating. It's like they thought this was going to be like, oh my God, the biggest scandal of the season, and lo and behold, it wasn't. Lo and behold, it was not.
Yep.
Oh boy. So back in New York, Giselle wins an African American Literary Award for her book. Congrats to her. Back inside, the couples gather. They sing "Happy Birthday" to Monique while Candiace hides upstairs. Can we talk about that? Let's dive in. Monique.
I also want us to bookmark this for next week too. Just FYI.
Mm-hmm.
But Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with something positive since everyone, says we say bad stuff about Candiace. I'm gonna say something very nice. She has the cutest little body. She has the tiniest little waist, that cute little booty. I was like, so that was the first I have to. I was like, oh, she has a cute little body in that scene. See, I said something nice about Candiace.
But, okay, Monique. We'll note that. We'll put it down in the book.
But how are you going to be in someone's home and show your black ass like that?
Mm-hmm.
She should have brought her ass, excuse my language, downstairs at least saying happy birthday. I hope Monique burned sage all throughout that property after these stuff.
And sprinkled holy water in every corner.
Everything. I mean, it's just the level of disrespect is mind-boggling for me.
And I think it was heightened for Monique because it's her birthday weekend. Her emotions were high. She was physically, mentally, and emotionally spent, running around, preparing that lake house, getting boats, buying tackle, getting fishing rods together. It's a lot.
And nothing was good enough. Nothing was appreciated.
Nothing was good enough. Yeah. The insults still came in, and the eye rolls and the disrespect was just rampant,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And I would have thought that Candiace would have jumped at the opportunity to sing happy birthday on the show again.
I
mean,
that part.
You think about it. Think about it like, I mean, for real. Like, you a singer.
Yeah.
Right.
Sing the song.
Amir, chime in. I know you have something to add to this. I know you're.
Listen, I think Luann was on her way. Luann was ready to sing happy birthday. So
was waiting on.
It's fine. It's okay. Like, come on. Listen, the lake house is nice. The lake house is beautiful. But where Candiace was, she could hear what's going on, right? Wasn't she in the main house?
Yeah. So, she was upstairs while they were downstairs.
You heard it. And you know that some poor PA came over to Candiace and said, we're doing something for Monique. Please come downstairs. And she said, oh, I'm packing and whatever.
Well, she actually peeked. No, she peeked and saw them singing happy birthday. She jumped back like she saw the FBI or something. She jumped. Like the FBI was downstairs in a raid.
Oh my God.
There you go. Exactly.
Crazy today. I needed to laugh. I was in a mood earlier. This is making me feel better. Keep going.
Yes.
Oh, guys, let's get into this, right? So Wendy opens up and she shares that she had an arranged marriage. I like her husband, Eddie, by the way.
I love him. Cutie pie.
Yeah, I love his laugh. He seems genuine. He doesn't seem uptight. He doesn't seem full of himself. Just very down to earth, complete opposite to Wendy. But, they say opposites attract, right? And so Eddie's parents hate Wendy. And he hasn't spoken to his family, his mother and father, since he's been married, 8 years. Mm-hmm. The feud started between the mother-in-laws, and Eddie's family didn't come to his wedding. It's like, oh my God, that's not good. Monique, you're the relationship expert. Can this marriage survive based on this?
Well, I will say this first. I wish Wendy would have kept this as her storyline because this made it such a human moment.
I know.
Mm-hmm. And I can speak from experience, with my first marriage. If you don't get along with an in-law, it makes it so difficult to make a marriage be sustainable. But what I appreciate about her husband is he is doing the leave and cleave. He is putting his wife and his family first. But to Karen's point, I hope they can work it out. I mean, the fact that they haven't seen those beautiful kids and things like that, I hope they can work it out. But it is very hard being in a marriage when you do not get along with your in-laws. That is extremely hard.
So it puts a strain on things.
Yeah.
And especially when your wife is the reason why, too. They just hate her.
Yeah, I did feel bad for Wendy. I did.
Me too. But I think sometimes reality TV can help. Like, yes, it can definitely ruin marriages and it can also create issues. But sometimes if the parents see this and they see the hurt and they see their grandkids are like, and if they don't watch it, someone's going to come up to them and be like, your son's on TV. So I think this might be good for them because it's a bit embarrassing and it's sad. So maybe it'll be good.
Richie, what do you think?
This to me was Wendy's shining moment of the season, to be honest with you. I felt like before when she argued with Candiace, yes, she gave us drama, but it was it wasn't, I don't want to say small, it wasn't a big moment, but it was a very poignant moment, I thought, that I wish had been highlighted earlier, because I feel like it humanized her in a way that we hadn't necessarily seen before. And it was much more interesting. And I get it. She might have said 4 degrees, right? And the camera just caught her saying 4 degrees 800 times, right? Because that'll become her persona.
Yeah.
You see how it's used again?
Yeah.
So now I feel like this is another layer to her personality that I really want them to explore more of as the season goes on, because I think it's so relatable.
Absolutely. It made me like her, right? It made me feel sorry for her. It was a real moment outside of the 4 degrees that she idolizes, that totally replaced God in her life. Like, it's all about the 4 degrees. That's what she worships. It's disgusting. But you're absolutely right. It was a relatable moment, and it'd be nice if they could dive into that a little bit more if she's back next season. So then the couples play this game, right, where the husbands imitate their wives. Chris Samuels, imitates Monique giving him oral. It was fun and lighthearted. I know some people made a big deal about it. Everyone laughs. Chris Bassett imitates Candiace with her butter knife incident last season, waving the knife around in Ashley's face. I think Chris Bassett won that, right? He got that hands down. Eddie demonstrates a controlling Wendy. No surprise there, right? Then it's time to depart. Everyone's, it's time to leave, and everyone says their goodbyes. Monique's exhausted. She's on the couch. And at some point she falls asleep as Candiace comes to say goodbye. Ugh, yikes. This deeply, deeply, deeply affects Candiace.
I love how you said deeply.
Really the catalyst for their fight at the winery. You guys, I spoke about this last week. Let's dive into it.
I think most of the viewers don't really know, and they probably didn't even pick up on the fact that you said this last week, but it really is the catalyst for what happens with the fight. And everybody else thinks it's everything else that we've seen so far, and it's really not. It is the most random moment from what I understand that just happens to blow up. But I think what we've seen so far is that they have just gone tit for tat with each other for so long that it just explodes. It would have taken nothing for it to explode at some point.
This was the tipping point. The tension was building, and this just took it over the edge. Amir, sound off.
I think, I mean, again, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but do we think she was pretending to sleep?
I do. I think she was, every time I sleep, I was on the same shit. I mean, I have done that before, and I'll be pretending like, I look out, and I'm hearing everything. She wasn't asleep. She was not asleep.
I don't blame her for treating Candiace like that, though. I do not blame her. I would have been like,
she was tired. She yawned when Chris was talking. Chris was very mad when she yawned. I was like, damn, you need to chill out. He's like, you're not listening. I was like,
I mean, she didn't bring a birthday gift. She didn't come downstairs to sing happy birthday. I would pretend to be sleeping too.
I'm not mad.
But I just didn't understand why she cared. You talked about her all weekend. You was mad at her so much that you didn't even come down to sing happy birthday.
Right.
And even when you said bye, it was just kind of like okay, bye y'all, I'm out. So at the end of the day, who cares? Y'all not even talking.
Right.
But it's probably good she pretended to be asleep then, because then Candiace might have gotten her ass kicked at the cabin instead of the next episode. So that saved her for at least a few more days.
Well, there you go.
Oh my God. Hey guys, we got another super chat. I just want to take a minute to recognize Sherilyn. Thank you so much for the $10. She goes, if Bravo tries to fire Monique for this upcoming fight, I hope she sues them for causing her the stress. Bravo is being messy, and I don't like it. I don't like it either, Sherilyn. Good point. Yeah.
I just wanted to address, Monica, someone mentioned that Monique was going and doing all these interviews and she was using her platform in the wrong way, and that all of us are kind of somehow like on her team or on her side. Yes, but that has nothing to do with her going and telling her story. I don't think. Okay. Cool.
Here's my response to that. Hi, Candiace. Bye, Candiace.
Look, next they're gonna say that Monique is paying us to speak nicely of her. Remember that rumor?
They always accuse me of being paid off.
They already did. And I'm like, what $1 that? Where is the money?
I know. Every show, someone's paying me. I'm on Thomas Ravenel's payroll. I'm on Vicky Gunvalson's payroll. I'm on everybody's payroll. Tamara Judd. It's a shame. It's just crazy. People are just so funny to me. And they swear these people got all this money to be paying off everybody, right?
Are they not watching the same show that we're watching?
Probably not.
I want to ask the people who say that, if so many people who are in news and in media have so many positive things to say about a person and so many not so positive things to say about another person, for which, we haven't even really gone in on Candiace at all. Don't you think that there is probably a reason why that is?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
You have to watch how each of these people move in the media. Watch who wishes death on other bloggers. Watch who does not, right? So it's those types of things that, listen, I have been in the past critical of actions that Monique has taken in the past. And did you know the cool thing about a lot of these reality TV stars, they get it. They understand what we do. We give our feedback and our critiques, right? Mm-hmm. And they don't get bothered by it. But there's a select special few that get so bothered and triggered by the things that we say that they start to unravel on social media.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the people. And you have to watch and see who those people are. So for a lot of you guys who say, oh, you're on this person's payroll, it's actually because we just have seen a little bit more of how they move than maybe you have.
Yeah. Exactly. Good point, Richie.
You raised an excellent point when you said Candiace wished death on a blogger. Candiace insulted, the gay community. She made those homophobic slurs. Why aren't her fans holding her accountable for the things that she says, the things that she does? We're not just out here not liking Candiace's character for no reason.
Right.
Okay. So it's okay for her to wish death on someone, and said that she actually literally said she wished he was dead. Really, girl? Where's your state of mind? You worry about these people's state of mind. And that's why I don't even go too hard on Candiace, because she's fragile. You never know what she can do. You don't want to push people over the edge, because if she's capable of saying such things, she's capable of anything.
Right.
Anything.
I said she had a nice body, okay?
You sure did. Monique said that. It was at 2:15 on September 14th. She sure did. She sure did. It's in the notes.
She had those chicken cutlets coming out of that jumpsuit, though. She was like,
I know. Hey guys, we got another super chat. Lakeisha, thank you so much for the $20, honey. She says, now y'all know Monique was being super extra. She just ready to fight Candiace. I know. I'm ready to fight Candiace sometimes too. Yeah, I know. It's just too much. It's team too much. Okay.
Team too much.
It's now 24 hours later, and Michael's cheating has hit the blogs. Pictures of him in a hotel room naked, pics of him at a bar, pics of him at a casino with his hand on some woman's lap. Ashley calls him from the car, and she claims the night before they had this big blowout where he slept in the baby's room and she slept in another room. But yet she's calling him honey on the phone. She's like, honey, no, honey, what is it? Honey? I'm like, what the fuck? Child, I can't. This storyline with Ashley and Michael is just so fake. It really is. So,
boom.
Oh my God. It's like you're calling him honey, but the night before you had this blowout fight and he was in another. Why is he even sleeping in the room with the baby? I don't want him sleeping in the room with the baby. I don't feel comfortable with it.
I don't like him. I am not feeling him. And I would answer, but I'm eating lunch and reviewing a document. So just give me some time. I'm eating lunch and reviewing a document, like I said. It's like, I mentioned that, Tony. She was like, don't say it again. Don't say it again.
The relationship expert in me would say, okay, that's good. She's giving him space. But the Monique from New Jersey and me would have that car and my baby, that stroller would have been going into that office. Like, oh no, what you're not going to do is be reviewing a document and eating lunch, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he's the one that messed up, and she's the one who's somewhat groveling to him. How dare he?
He holds the purse strings. This is a money arrangement.
You marry for money, you earn every penny of it.
You sure do. You sure do.
Dang.
I don't know. I mean, if she's happy, you know, she likes it. I love it. You know, they have an arrangement. I don't even think she's his beard. I just think they just have this open swinger, polyamorous relationship. They have multiple people in the beds with each other. 1 week he's, you know, I don't know, whatever they want to do. That's what they want to do. It's their marriage.
Yeah, and you know what? If it works for them, she's pregnant again. Clearly, it's working. Like, if that's the marriage that works for them, I am over these girls always trying to call out Michael. If she's okay with it, leave it alone.
Yeah.
But the problem with that, Monique, is that like they call her out and then she has to address it constantly. But if you guys have an open relationship, you know, a lot of gay men are in open relationships and it works because there's respect and you also don't sleep with people, you know, you have some parameters. With them, it seems like there's no parameters. They're just going to run amok. And if Ashley just comes out, like I think in the next episode, she says, you know, we've been with other people. She's finally addressing it. Where when you don't tell people, if I like see, let's say I see like your boyfriend out, if I don't know you have an open relationship, I'm Monique, he's with some girl. Like, I'm gonna be your good friend. I'm gonna report back. But if I know that, then I'm like, all right, they have an open thing. Good for him. Like, she's cute, but she's not as cute as Monique, you know?
Camille
raises a good point. All right, it's a bad example. They don't. This is a false. Sorry.
Camille raises a good point because I think we need to acknowledge Richie's point again. I don't think she's groveling to Michael. Maybe she wanted this to happen. Yeah.
What do you mean? Break that down. She wanted this to happen.
Maybe it's a game they play.
I mean, for me,
she gets like maybe a Mercedes SUV. Who knows?
When he gets caught, she gets a gift, like a push gift, but a cheating gift.
A cheating gift. Yeah.
Push present.
I don't know. It's all confusing to me because I feel like, you know, it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. You know, every season he's caught in some sort of weird sexual scandal, right? But, you know, as it goes on, she doesn't seem to be surprised. And there's never a real sit down Will and Jada moment where we have them sit down and have the conversation and really express what this marriage is. It's still bits and pieces that I don't feel like we're ever getting the truth about. And so that's what's frustrating to me as a viewer, to continue to watch this happen time and time again. If we're going into season 6 and there's another scandal and I don't have all the answers, I don't want to hear nothing else about it.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Yeah. We're not accepting it. We're protesting. Enough.
Good point, Ricky.
Putting our foot down. Enough is enough. I agree with you. So the real Andy of Beverly Hills, thank you so much for the super chat.
I love that name.
That name sounds familiar. I think he's popular on social media. Thank you for the $5. He goes, ugh, it's clear they have an open marriage and Michael have sugar babies everywhere. True. Like, just come out of the poly closet and move on, right? Seriously. I'm just tired of it. Someone said, how did Michael and Ashley meet? They met at a restaurant where she worked at in DC.
Oh.
She was a waitress. She was 21 and came in and swept her off her feet. Hey guys, I want to acknowledge another super chat from Singe. Singe, thank you so much for the $14.99. He goes, Michael needs to change his name to Debacle Daddy Darby. Yeah, right? Tell me about it.
Oh my God, Singe always comes with it. Singe and me, they never disappoint. And Jamal.
Very, very true. Okay, so yeah, the episode ends at that point, and then we see a preview for next week where they're at the winery, and Ashley talks about having, threesomes with Michael. Girl, like we said, we went down this road. You guys have an open marriage. All kinds of things goes on in your bedroom. We don't care. Just be honest about it, right? maybe she's coming forward now because Michael was caught yet again. And I think Ashley knows Michael has a boyfriend and a girlfriend and a transsexual or whatever on the side. He has a lot of things going on. She doesn't care. She don't care. She's okay with it. Sound off, Richie.
We got to wait until next week, I guess, to reserve judgment about what really happened. But it almost felt like this whole, we had a harmless little threesome was more of a deflection about all the headlines that are actually out there. Like they took the lightest of what is scandalous and she chose to focus on that. Oh my God, we had a threesome one time. No, it was with another girl. But here's a video of him at the MGM sitting with a whole nother woman. Gossip of this City had another video that was allegedly of him naked in a hotel room. So it's like, can we focus on that?
Yeah, I know. I think what she's trying to say is that it's okay. We do these things. And because she's smiling while she's talking about it, right? She has this big old, I wouldn't have a grin on my face. I think for me, what it boils down to as well is just say you have an open marriage, because we don't care who he cheats with or what he does.
Boom.
But it's the cheating. It's the cheating. It's the deception, the lies. And then someone asked her, well, if Wendy asked her, if it happens again, what are you going to do? And she's like, divorce, with a smile on her face. Divorce, girl, stop it. Cut it out. Richie, thoughts? I'm sorry, Amir, thoughts. I'm looking at Amir and I'm saying, Richie.
Hold on. It's all good. We're matching the beards. We're twins.
I love it.
Yeah, I think when it comes to divorce, I think it's just, especially for these very I don't want to say cookie cutter relationships, because obviously we have Jamal but a lot of very heteronormative relationships. Maybe they've never kind of been explorative at all. It's for them, it's super shocking. So I know when she says that divorce thing to someone that has a bit more of a traditional relationship, it's oh, okay, divorce. All right. Okay. So next time this happens, you're going to get divorced. And that makes sense to the ladies. But a lot of times when you run away from stuff and deflect, we saw with Denise Richards, it doesn't work. When you deflect and pretend and run around it, people don't buy it. So I think Ashley just needs to come out and say, when I'm out of town, he does what he does and it's fine. That's why I took the child. I mean, come on. Why was Michael hawking Dean onto there was that scene where he's like, you're taking the baby. It wasn't can you? Yeah. It was you're taking the baby. I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey guys, I want to acknowledge another super chat. Latoya Taylor, thank you so much for the $5. She says, Ashley has a game plan, guys. She will not leave him or let this bother her until she is properly 6 years into the marriage. All about the money.
Latoya, she ain't
I know Monique and Richie, y'all said you had to go early, right? You have to get off of here.
I know it's juicy.
Okay, let's just take a few calls and let me add Andrew to the stream. Hey, Andrew.
Hello.
Welcome. Hello.
Andrew.
How are y'all?
Hey.
I'm good. I just want to talk about last night's episode a little bit. I was appalled that the way that Giselle and Candiace was acting towards Monique when she was coming in the house, because I don't think that Monique was being rude when she came in. She came in almost jokingly oh, y'all want us to set it up so y'all can come out later. She wasn't being mean or nasty towards them when she was saying the stuff that she was saying in the house, and they was being nasty towards her. And I don't think that Candiace handled the situation the right way. I think that everybody's trying to, gang up on Monique now, but they're both wrong. Candiace should have waited until Ashley was leaving to tell her that information, because she ultimately messed up the rest of her trip, right? Ashley didn't want to do anything no more. And then it just plays into the little girl stereotype we get from her, because you didn't need Giselle to tell her that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are grown women. Yes. You did not need Giselle to go back and tell her that some information that you got about her. I also wanted to point out that Monique, people have to understand that this is the second time Monique had planned a trip and people didn't participate in what she wanted to go to, because when they were in Cannes and she took the girls to do the essential oils, Giselle didn't want to go to that neither. And she made Robin not go either. So I understand that Monique is upset, but she has reason to be. she always participates in everybody's events, but I do think it's kind of misplaced because Candiace did everything that Monique wanted to do. Candiace was fishing with her. Candiace was on a pedal boat. Giselle then was the one on the side acting like they was too good and complaining every moment. So I do think that both of them are to blame, but I do feel like Monique does have a point. Like, I always participate in y'all stuff, and y'all never participate in what I want to do.
Yeah. Goes back to season 3 when they were in France. It was Monique's birthday. And the same thing. Both Giselle and Robin didn't attend the essential oils event that Monique planned. Yep. And that hurt her too. It's always something.
That was boring though.
Yeah. It was always
I wouldn't have gone to that in France. Essential oils, I would have ran the other way.
It was a business venture for her too. That's her not for Lazy for Mom's brand and the essential oil thing. But it's just a courtesy. Come on.
Yeah, Monique.
That was a trip.
But come on. I have a podcast and it doesn't cost, like, it costs maybe $200. Why is she spending $200,000 on her podcast? What is that about? I don't understand that.
It's a pretty good podcast. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's probably nice.
Okay.
All
But
right,
$200K though, wow, that's
a lot of money. Thank you, Andrew.
No problem. You'll have a nice one,
sweetie. Bye. Hey guys, I just want to acknowledge some super chats. JJCA, my weekly tea. What will Candiace have to talk about if Ashley comes out with it all? True. Thank you so much for the $20. True. Yep. I agree with you. Yep. And I'm going to bring Jamal. I'm going to add Jamal to the stream.
Jamal!
Hey, guys.
Oh, you have a nice beard, too. My boos have all these beards. Oh.
Yes, Jamal.
So I'm going to make this kind of quick, but I want to start with, like, Monique's reactions. Like, so they seem over the top. I totally agree. But let's remember Dorinda's overreactions and then what came out later. So I'm going to reserve judgment until I see the reunion, see what those behind the scenes or like archive scenes come back. Yep. I'll reserve judgment there. For good Ashley, point. You know, it is what it is. It's open. You married for money. It's okay. Admit it. And think about it. She has a prenup. And it's probably a bad prenup. So she's not going to divorce him. Why? Because of this. All things being equal. Michael's what, 61, I think someone said, right? 61-ish? Is that probably right? So think about it. Dean, so 61. Say Dean, baby Dean will be 79 when he gets out of high school. The next baby will be like 81. Provided he lives that long, if something were to happen, all things being equal, his 2 older kids would get 20%. Ashley would get 20%. Both babies would get 20%. So she would control 60% of his estate. So why would she lose?
There you go. Ooh, Jamal, you got the whole estate broken down. You're a fake planner.
All things being equal. I mean, that's the way it goes. She not working. She is rich by marriage and proxy.
She is working, Jamal. She's working. Well, she's a housewife. She gets paid.
No, Michael's the housewife. Michael's the housewife.
Michael's the one earning the salary.
Michael's earning the salary. He needs.
Come on, she gets paid.
He needs to be promoted to
He's
like
61.
Michael Ashley. He needs his own tagline. Like we need to get him because he's keeping them employed.
That's true.
Now she's pregnant. She didn't guarantee herself at least another season, maybe 2.
It's an insurance plan, yeah.
So yeah, she's
and a retirement and a 401k and everything rolled into one. You can't hold her for that.
And then my thing is, the girls. One more thing, sorry. Well, the girls don't complain about what you can't provide. That's just about it.
Say that part, Jamal. Say that one more time.
Don't provide. Don't complain about what you can't provide. Like Giselle, your house is a cabin in the woods too. But nobody complain when they go over there.
Yeah,
be nice.
And that's her only house. That's her main house. This is Monique's 4th or 5th house, right?
Right. So let's be nice and be grateful.
Exactly. Thank you, Jamal.
Thanks, guys.
Jamal's the best.
Bye. Hey, guys, I just got a text message. Someone said Monique's podcasts are live, and she pays for venue and the food and the drinks, and I guess the guests and stuff of that
podcast,
and a lot of giveaways. She has a lot of merch.
That makes sense.
So
okay. All right. That makes a lot more sense.
Her podcasts are events. So.
Oh yeah, big time event.
That's why she was mad. That's why she was mad at Candiace for not showing up because it was a live podcast. I was like, why is she so mad she didn't show up for one podcast interview? This all makes more sense.
Yeah. The whole
Monica, don't beat our asses. Don't beat our ass, Monica.
No, not at all. I just got
See, Monica, now they're gonna say we're getting paid by Monique because I said something shady and then now I was put in my place.
I know.
Oh God.
Hey guys, we got another super chat. I just want to acknowledge Odell Burnett. Thank you so much for the $4.99. She goes, I love you guys. We love you too. Thank you. Thank you. And I might as well acknowledge Mabel as well. Mabel, thank you so much for the $5. She goes, I love that Wendy opened up. Me too. It shows how real she is. It must hurt that there shows how strong she really is. It shows how I agree with you. It does show how strong she really is.
Y'all, they're saying Michael Darby's birthday is 1945. So that makes him 74. November 1st, 1940. Two people said that.
There's no way that man's 74.
Let me look again.
I don't think he's that old. I mean, he looks old, but is he that old?
Are y'all being shady or are they being shady?
I think they're being shady. Let me see.
So wait, Wikipedia does say he was born in November 1945.
Oh my God.
But the site that I saw said 1969 or something like that.
He looks like he's in between. He's probably like 65, right? Or 66 or something.
Yeah.
He don't quite look like 61, and he definitely don't look like 74.
No, not 74.
No, he doesn't look 74. I think, Ramona would be good for him. Ramona Singer. They're close in age.
I think they're looking at a different Michael Darby.
Maybe, yeah. Hey guys, I want to acknowledge another super chat. Thank you so much, Tanya Madix, for the $49.99. Thank you so much,
Tanya.
Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna add. Oh, that's the other Michael Darby.
There we go.
Oh, that's pretty. Okay.
Oh, it does say 1945.
I don't know. He looks good for his. Hi,
I don't know
Amy.
either.
Hey, everybody. How everybody doing?
Hi.
Okay. I'm just going to repeat what everybody said, but the whole Monique and Candiace situation. As much as people are like, why are people hating on Candiace so bad? I actually was a Candiace fan. But what I will agree with everyone, this season, I am tired of people coming for people's marriages. Yeah. And that right there, that scene, even whoever started it, I was in the house screaming like, yes, because Candiace, you would be flipping out if someone came for your little boyfriend or your husband. You would not feel comfortable discussing any of these things online, and then you wouldn't be expected to run and leave. And I kind of felt what Monique was saying. Why are we still doing this when we see how much it causes drama for some people in their homes? I want them to stop doing it too. I want to go back to just like the whole thing with Wendy. I was so happy to see she actually was normal and not acting crazy. I was like, can we get this, Wendy? Can we see your mama's in there fighting and screaming? I want to see that. I don't want to see people be destroyed on TV, especially their marriages. And even though I don't like Ashley, I felt like she was kind of pretending through that whole scene because she was thinking, well, at least it's not so bad where they're like coming down my throat and saying, ha, 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 ha. But I did feel like she should have been a little bit more resentful. Like, why are you telling me this? This is not friendly to come for me in this way. Like, it was annoying to watch. I just don't like it. I
kind of like the way Ashley handled it. She was like, I'm not going to give y'all nothing.
Yeah.
Zero, zilch.
I just felt bad for her because I was like, why would you even want to be getting this information or even sharing a part of vulnerability with Candiace? Candiace has shown she's not capable of being that person. And Giselle, God, please. I would be like so upset to be stuck with those two in that type of moment. Like, why? Why I got to be with you all? Why I got to act like I actually am hurt? And I just felt real bad for her right that moment. I don't even like Ashley to feel bad for her. I was like, this is horrible. Why are y'all still doing that? And I was like, and I won't feel any type of way if Chris do something stupid and people bring it up to you in this way, because you'll see how this stuff looks stupid. It looks bad. Like, stick to the script and be a housewife that brings about drama that's fun and kikiing and shades. Don't jump into this messy stuff. It's getting on my nerves to watch, and that's why I don't like Candiace. Before, I was like, why is everybody going after Candiace? But I'm like, Candiace, you play a dirty game. And if somebody came for your family, the way you coming for these people, even if he is she's a renter wife or whatever the situation is, you would be so pissed. We all know
she would be. She would go crazy.
Ashley is a wife. I don't see the difference between her and Robin at this point. Why, honey, are you pretending that you are not Robin? You're Robin in a 2.0 sense because you are staying because there's money in your situation. But at the end of the day, you are kind of well, I guess some people would consider her weak, but there's a weakness there. And it's showing, and she's trying to cover it up with, oh, we have an open marriage. I'm like, girl, bye. That's not going to work. We see right through it, but I feel bad that they brought it to you in this way. So I feel bad for her. And that's kind of all I have to say about the situation.
All right. Thank you, Amy. We appreciate it. No,
Okay.
you made valid points, girl. I was nodding my head all the way through. I agree with you.
Also want to give shout out to the resident AKA once again. Monique, skin popping. DJ Richie, you in the DMV, so we gonna stay giving you the big ups. I'm sorry that Amir stepped off, but I love you too, Amir. And then Monica, you keep it classy. Don't take it personal that I didn't say right away.
Thank you. I
appreciate
you. Thank you. Bye, honey. Bye. Hey guys, I want to acknowledge another super chat. I just had it here. It's Angela. Thank you so much for the $5. She goes, as much as that damn Candiace loves to sing happy birthday and she stayed upstairs petty. Yeah, I know.
That part.
It really was. Okay. And also Erica, thank you so much for the $5. She says, Monique is a perfectionist and a control freak. She admitted that on her live. She gives them too much energy and she was aiming for this perfect weekend. Yeah. When you are a perfectionist, it's a letdown when you work so hard.
It is.
It really, really, really is. Yeah. Yes, it is. Okay, y'all. Want to take one more caller? Because I know y'all have to hop off soon. Okay.
Sure.
Let me add hey, Jean. Hi. Good. How are you? Hey, beautiful. How are you today?
Hi, Monique.
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
I have nicknames for all of you. Want to hear it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Monica, at first you were Charlie, but I feel like you black, so now you're the Wiz. And Monique.
Okay.
You are Dr. Love, of course.
Hey.
And Richie, you are daddy, but when you get married, you're going to be Mr. Daddy.
I love it.
And then, Amir's not here, but his nickname is Boots because he is the shadiest. And then this one is really good, y'all. So I gave John the nickname Waldo because duh.
Very, very clever. Very clever.
Oh my God.
Too funny, girl. Too funny.
Doggy is.
He's so cute. He's so cute. The Wiz, girl, bye. That's a good one. I like it.
And I really want you to never reveal your identity.
I don't plan to. Yeah, I don't plan to. But you know what's so funny? If you live in my area, if you're ever behind me at the supermarket, you'd be like, wait a minute, that's Monica.
Please don't ruin it for me. That'll hurt me.
I'll try to stay, incognito.
Incognito, yes.
Oh my God. I love you guys so much. Y'all make me laugh so much. Okay, honey, you have a great week and tune in we'll be back on Thursday.
Yeah, because we got to do Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, ma'am. You have a great week, beautiful lady. Bye, girl. Hey guys, I just want to acknowledge a few more super chats before we get off. Brandy, thank you so much for the $5. I still don't like Wendy. Her husband seemed uncomfortable with the info being put out. Okay, and Queen Bee, thank you so much for the $5. Michael Darby is 74. Oh, okay.
Is he really 70? He has a lot of sexual energy. My God.
He's still got it, huh? He's still going. That Viagra is something else, I'll tell you. All right, y'all. This was wonderful. I mean, I wish we could be here all day as usual. I love spending so much time with you guys. But there's a lot to come. Next week is the beginning of the fight. I don't think we actually see the fight next week, but we see the prelude to it. They're at the winery and the buildup happens and then it all explodes. And oh my gosh, Yeah. Monique lets Candiace have it.
I can't wait.
All that tension and the buildup finally comes to a head, and Candiace asks for what she's been asking for, to be grabbed, Dragged was what she's, dragged and grabbed. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Okay, Monique, where can they find you?
At Cocktails and Confessions on IG, at Cocktails and Confessions on TikTok, and Confessions of a Serial Dater in LA.com.
Richie, where can they find you?
At DJ Richie Sky on everything.
Everything. You heard that? Everything. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. I wanted to shout out all the mods too. Thank you. You guys are doing a great job. And shout out to everyone that joined us today on this chat. We love you all. Y'all stay safe and be blessed. Bye.
Bye, guys.